Hello, my friends. What is happening? You did it. That's another work week down. Another weekend on the books to get blasted. Go to Uter Spoos. No, but seriously, good job. Way to make it through the week. I know it's tough every week. Every week I struggle. So today's show is all football talk. There is, once again, no headlines in any other sports now that they're in the off season. So hopefully, well, I guess basketball's not in the off season, but nothing really happening. You know, we touch a little bit on a few things, I think, or maybe we don't. I don't know. Sometimes when we're recording, I'm just like laughing so much, and you know, I'm also so ridiculously stoned that it's a blur. So everything I'm telling you right now could be completely false. We may not talk about football at all. We may spend the whole show talking about the geopolitical ramifications of, you know, whatever. Anyway, I think we talk about football, and yeah, it's a good show. So without further ado, let's start the show. What'd you smoke, man? What is it? All right, welcome to this episode of Stone Sports. I am your host, Bert, aka Burpleby. I have with me my co-host, Double. Say what up, Dubs.
The fuck is up?
And my other co-host, my favorite co-host. That's right, I said it, Dubs.
Oh.
Meech. What up, Meech?
Boom. Suck it, Double.
What is it? I'm just playing. I'm fucking
Did you
son.
even
It's just
read-
so offensive.
Did you even read Mama Double's comment?
No, I didn't read it. What did it say?
All right, well, you can kiss those cookies goodbye.
Me? Why? What did I do? What did I do? I'm not the
You
one
just-
who said
you
she was a hoe.
just shunned me to my face.
Okay, all right.
You besmirched me.
I besmirched your name, sure, okay.
It's
So-
like fucking The Office, dude. Dwight, shun, unshun.
Unshunned. You're still shunned. Re-shunned.
Please let Andy know I'm still shunning him. Thank you.
Dude, that episode's so good. It's
Dude, all
so
of them are so good.
Yeah,
dude.
you're right. You're absolutely right. How's
That's
how's
not-
the week
It's
been?
not true. Garbage. Still fucking
I was
sick.
just gonna leave that there for a while. Just let it hang. I've had a
Let
decent
it-
week, but double.
Letting it marinate. Yeah, no, it's been garbage. I've been sick as fuck. I'm
Still sick,
the
huh?
worst sick person to deal with. Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay.
I'm hoping by tomorrow we'll be 100%, but I've been saying that for 3 days. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have been saying that for a few days. Yeah, well, hopefully tomorrow you'll feel better.
Either way, I have to go back to work tomorrow, so we better be feeling a little better.
Ew, gross. Okay, so I guess we should get to the sports. I guess I could probably sound a little more excited about it. Let's try it again.
Sports.
Let's take it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
guess we'll get to the sports.
All right, hold on. Let me take another crack at it. All right, guys, let's get to the sports. That's too excited. We'll meet in the middle. Let's meet in the middle.
That
All right.
sounded like you had a gun to your head.
Sound like fucking Daria from MTV, bro.
It sounded like Adam
Standing
Gase
on
was
my
lurking
neck.
around.
Like Dairy Mabel's thoughts for your thoughts.
Dirty nibbles.
No, all right. Seriously, we got some sports to get to today, so let's do it.
Got the game of the year to get to.
Oh yeah, the Ravens and the Browns game. Is that the game you're talking about?
Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
That game was
pretty
phenomenal.
amazing. Yeah, it really was. And what's shocking too is I was looking over the box score and all that stuff, and I looked at the Browns' record, and I was like, what? Like it doesn't feel like that for
They're
some
better
reason.
than Baltimore. Even though they got the loss, they're still ahead of them.
2 losses to Baltimore.
Yeah, right. They lost the season.
Although they got
Swept
smacked in the
season
first
series.
one, this last one was not as bad.
Yeah, just
So
like
did-
for some reason it felt like they've been worse this year than they actually have. But I've been like peripherally paying attention to them, so you know, whatever.
No, they just haven't been winning games like dominantly. They'll win like a
Right,
7
yeah.
to 10 game because they had a stretch of bad weather.
Yeah, if you just nailed the Texans game at 10-7 in the bad weather.
Yeah.
That game, we all thought they'd blow them out, and it was a fucking shit show. But speaking of shit show, did Lamar Jackson have to go to the locker room to take a shit?
I like how I wrote. This is literally what I wrote. I was like, great game.
I wrote Lamar pooped himself.
And then Lamar exits in the fourth. Question mark. I knew you would bring it up.
Yeah, I'm pretty convinced he had to go take a shit. And the amount that he was defending it after on Twitter and shit, like he denied it like 25 different times.
That's because that's all everyone was saying. He clearly has a bandage on his fucking arm, though. Like, I mean, he has a bandage.
He
like he just gave blood on his arm.
He planted it.
Planted, Jesus.
Nah, I'm going with the shits. That motherfucker had to poop.
He had to poop. It happens. Everybody poops.
Yeah, it's all good, dude. I've been playing punk shows and had to poop in the middle of the set and gone and pooped and then walked back on stage and played the rest of the show. It fucking happens.
It literally...
Everybody poops.
Yeah, but everyone said that, and then everyone was like, look at the way he's walking. And I was like, he's walking the same way after he got back.
Yeah, I thought that was dumb. But like...
I was like, he's walking the exact same way. It is kind of bow-legged. I get you. But he's walking that way afterwards as well.
Do we have any real analysis on this game, or is it going to all be poop
I do,
talk?
actually.
I'm cool either way.
No, I got it. Lamar Jackson was 11 for 17, 163 yards and a touchdown, including a 44-yard game winner to Hollywood Brown. He also added 9 carries for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards combined for over 100 yards with 3 touchdowns, bringing the grand total to 5 rushing touchdowns allowed by the Browns this week. On the other side, Baker Mayfield, 28 of 47, 343, 2 touchdowns, and he also added 1 on the ground. Kareem Hunt was the leading receiver with 77, and I really feel that that's probably why Browns did not pick up this win. They didn't have a dominant receiver in this one, which is something you need to take advantage of when you have the superior passing game.
What was the final score again?
I mean, they were right there with them, though. I mean, it went down to
it was to the wire either way.
It's not like.
But if you had Jarvis Landry go for 115 instead of 50, it could have been the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, but
sure.
He's been going for 50 like most of the year. Only in the last few weeks has he fucking broken out
threw
anything. Because I traded his ass.
I tried to trade his ass.
Because he kept putting up like 10 points. And 1 week he put up 14. And I was like, oh, great. One's because he passed a fucking touchdown.
Right. He threw
Otherwise,
again
he would
this
have had
week.
7, which is basically where he was at like all year, it seemed like to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. But that, all in all, game was awesome. Game of the year so far, in my opinion. That might be recency bias, but I can't think of another one that outdid it.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, I might be partial. It was better than the Eagles-Saints game, but the Eagles-Saints game was also a really decent game as far as it being going down to the wire and being close.
Yeah, for sure.
But this game was actually good.
I'm sure you had a little more invested in that one.
Listen, we won, bro. I'm happy. It appears as if we found our new quarterback. But we're not talking about that fucking game right now.
Money doesn't lead to happiness, Birdie. Of course he's happy.
It gets you halfway there, though. It gets you halfway there.
I'm doing better, though. I'm hitting 3 of my 4 bets tonight. So I'm doing better this week already.
All right, and there's your update on how far down the addiction to gambling hole Meech is falling this week. Oh, my God.
I'll be there shortly, Meech. I just got to get it legalized.
Oh, I mean, I go through a different site, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to cash out. But it's not legalized here either.
I'll be in the foxhole with you soon enough.
Where is it legal? It's like Vegas, and it's New Jersey,
Pennsylvania.
Isn't it New Jersey, Pennsylvania? I think there's a couple more states that legalized it.
Yeah. Okay.
We were supposed to before the COVID shit, and now that's all that anyone is doing. So, with fair, that's fair, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't expect them to prioritize sports gambling over a pandemic.
All right. You know what time it is, Double?
Preview.
I was like, is he gone? Did he die?
Time for the preview.
No, just getting his voice extra hoarse for me that time.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about it. It might be difficult for you to do that. I'm sorry, bro. I should have taken
it was actually easier.
He fights through the pain because he knows how much it pisses me off. That's what he does.
First game on the list is Buffalo and Denver. So, since Double is sick, we're going to go with Meech first.
Save the best,
Yeah.
best co-host for last.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bills here. I don't think that's any secret. I think the Bills will beat them. Good defense to minimize that passing game that the Broncos have had the last couple games. They are playing at Mile High, which we all know I love my Mile High home bet.
You do.
But I am picking against them because the Bills are a great team.
Yeah, they are. What about you, Dubs?
I'm on the Bills with Beach. So this is the second time in as many weeks we're gonna double up on them. Big fan, loving the Bills right now. Coming off the
Most Pats fans
Steelers
are.
win. Yeah, fuck off. Steelers win. Diggs had 14 targets, 10 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. He is first in receiving in the league. First in receptions, excuse me. Receiving yards is Travis Kelce. On the other end, the Broncos had no passing touchdowns allowed last week against Carolina. They kept Teddy Bridgewater out of the end zone. As bad as the Broncos have been this year, they are a top 10 pass defense, so they will make it a little difficult on Josh Allen, as well as they are top 5 in sacks this season. Drew Lock was the X factor last week. I don't expect him to repeat that. It was his first game this season over 100 QBR rating, which is the threshold of a good game. I don't expect him to repeat that. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, and you don't expect him to not have another interception this week because he didn't have one of those last week either.
I might have been the first game all year a Broncos quarterback didn't throw a pick.
Okay, what about between the Panthers and the Packers? The PVP. What about that game?
I got the Packers by a landslide.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. What about you, Meech? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Packers here. For your weather minute here, I wrote a few weather notes down because I know how you enjoy them.
Yeah, Mike Trout Jr. in the house.
Yeah. Game is at Lambeau, and it's going to be 35 degrees there. No snow or rain, but that's cold. So it will be on the colder side, and the Packers are one of the better teams in the league as well. I don't know if it's going to be a blowout, but we'll see how it looks.
Who's the fucking weatherman from New York? He always wore like a tight black t-shirt, and he was
is it Cantori?
Like, yes,
yeah,
yes, it is.
Because that came super fast, but that's because Dan Patrick I listened to the Dan Patrick show, and on that they always talk about Jim Cantori,
dude,
being in the worst weather and shit. It's so funny.
Yeah, isn't he the dude? There's
Hurricane
compilations
Sandy.
of him freaking out at the weather all the time. Yeah, he's so fucking funny, dude.
Hurricane Sandy, they had him in a t-shirt on the beach as it's raining sideways. It's really bad out here, guys.
Have you ever seen that one video of him out in, I think it's some sort of storm, and every time the lightning strikes, he's like, "Oh my god!" Every fucking time. It's so fucking amazing. I'll fucking send it to you in the chat. It's fucking incredible. All right. Is there anything else you want to say about that game before we move on to the Houston Indy game?
Nah, Green Bay, Carolina is going to be such a blowout. The highlight there was for sure Jim Cantori.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's move it on to Houston and Indianapolis. Who you taking, Double?
I got Indy also in a landslide.
Yeah, I wrote that down too. The Texans have allowed 7 RBs, 100+ yards this season.
Yep, I have that. Buried in my chicken scratch.
Yeah, coming off the week where they just ran down the throats of the Raiders, right? Is that who they just played? Yep. Yeah, the Raiders. Yep. I mean, you don't see any different plan of action here. They're just going to throw it to They're going to hand off to Jonathan Taylor and let him just steamroll the fucking defense.
Also, Deshaun Watson has been sacked the 3rd most times this season of any quarterback. Indy got to the quarterback 5 times last week.
Tune in to see this man run from people 3 times his size.
For 3.5
Luckily,
quarters.
he's faster. For 3.5 quarters. Although, hopefully, he has a couple of those receivers.
Bernie, do you have a game circled for you to throw in your pick where you expect a goddamn fucking King's ransom if you get it right?
I do. I mean, I'm going to. I haven't really decided. I'm biding my time until the time is right.
Waiting.
Really wants to get that one pick in there good, just get that one spot.
Yeah, you get in, you get out. That's how you do it. That's how you succeed in life. You get in, you get out. You got to know, what is it? You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
101.
Right? Yeah, get in, get out. All right, so how about the Lions and the Titans game? Lions and Tits. I affectionately am going to call them the Tits for the rest of time. How do you feel about that one, Meech? What's the hypothesis?
I think the Titans are going to win this one. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Both of these defenses are horrible. I'm sure Double's going to give you some stats on that. Right now, I just want to give you the weather in Tennessee because
let's go, boy!
Dome team playing outside. The Lions head outside. It's going to be 51 at cloudy. I don't think the weather's going to play much into this one, but the Titans will win, and I'm sure the over is going to hit in this because it seems like these teams just love to score.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I'm laughing.
With the weather.
It's like you missed
with weather and gambling
like
here.
You missed your calling. You're like, it's 51, cloudy. Like it's
Oh, and then did you hear
just
me talk
sound
about
the part.
I sound like a weekend anchor at a local news station who can cover multiple things because I'm versatile.
Oh, and humble too, apparently.
You can do the weather with Frodo and his Trisha Takanawa impression.
I heard it. It's not that good.
I think it's amazing.
Beach loves it.
I love it.
I mean, it's not
that's like
bad.
for early Family Guy, and early Family Guy is pressure.
Yeah, you mean when it was good? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like the first 6 seasons, it's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd even go 6. I would say like 3, and then after
all I know
that,
is my favorite
exhausting.
episode is when Chris is on the diving board and they think he stole the ham. He's got a ham under his shirt.
Yeah,
and then they like rush over there. He's like, "Nah, just a fat kid."
It's pretty
for me.
It's pretty good. It hits pretty close to home for me too, man. Except I've been on dieting and exercise recently, but I had some dumplings today, guys, and oh my god,
so
dumplings!
Good, dude. I love dumplings.
Oh my god, dumplings are the shit, bro. I got us off track again. I'm so sorry.
Stafford's going to need a big game to keep this one close because on the other end, Derrick Henry has been rolling. The defense is tired out against him. 26 carries, 215 yards, and 2 touchdowns against the Jags last week for Henry. And between Stafford and Tannehill this season, I would honestly rather have Tannehill. 28 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And Stafford keeps getting fucking hurt or having no touchdowns and 1 interception. So I'll take Tannehill and the Titans.
Yeah, I think the Titans are going to win here. And Tannehill's been great for ball control as well.
And Meech, your boy, Corey Davis, 400-yard games this season. Stepping it up.
Yeah, he's not getting the start for me against them, but maybe he should. I don't know. He pissed me off last week, and now he's in trouble. Not that these games matter. I'm not in the playoffs. I'm just literally setting. I'm that devout of a fucking fantasy player that I'm still setting my goddamn lineups. I'm still tinkering, bro. Tinkering. Whoops.
Tinker Stinkering, new band name I call it. Speaking of
in another
Tinker Stinkering,
what was another that? AFC North matchup is or NFC North. God damn it.
Every time.
The Vikings are gonna go against the Bears. We'll see how that showdown ends. I think the Vikings are gonna win that one.
How fitting would it be if it's lost on a missed kick? Dan Bailey 0 for 3. Chicago was bounced for the playoffs with a double doink. Like, it would be pretty funny.
I mean, when Zimmer was asked at his press conference if Dan Bailey kicks Sunday, he said, "We'll see." End quote. I love Mike Zimmer. He just seems like a great football coach.
He also seems like a guy that would, if his kicker missed 3 fucking kicks, he would come out the next week and just go for it on 4th down every time to send a message.
And exactly, that's what I'm saying. I think the Vikings are going to get it done just because I don't think they're going to settle for field goals in this game. I think if they're within 10 yards of the red zone, they might be going for it on 4th down because he's that mad at Bailey.
Some people say that's the strat you should run anyway.
I don't think you should go for it all the time. But
yeah, but some people do, man. Some people do think that's the strat you should run.
I did like that Peterson did that his first couple of years, And then when the team started sucking, then I was like, oh, this isn't as fun when you go for it on fourth down.
Right,
because
right.
You just don't make it.
Yeah, if you got the skill, I guess it's fine. But
every couple of years, you'll hear about that one high school coach who's got like 120 game win streak going because he just never punts and never kicks field goals. He just goes for it and runs up the fucking
basically
score
playing Madden.
Yeah, I love those fucking stories.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna go opposite of you, Meech. I'm gonna take the Bears.
The Bears?
The Bears.
They keep fucking me whenever I pick them, but maybe this will be the time. Minnesota allowed 6 sacks last week. 10 sacks allowed in the last 2 weeks, and the Bears had 7 sacks last week. So Kirk Cousins is in a position to get hit there. I think this one is going to be Dalvin Cook's show for the Minnesota offense, and Chicago I will take because they're rolling right now. Also, Chicago has a really soft schedule coming up. They could end up going like 9-7.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be the Vikings because of the fact that I think it's going to be a Dalvin Cook game. And whenever it is, you're better off.
He did.
Like, the Vikings are better off.
He went for 100+ last week against the best rush defense in the league in Tampa Bay.
That's what I'm saying. And everyone didn't think that was going to be their plan of attack. It was. And I think that will be the way. I think that's the key to keeping Cousins clean. You know, keeping Kirk Cousins grass stains off of his jersey is the way of running the ball through Cook, Jesus Christ, that was a verbal diarrhea there.
It worked,
diarrhea,
man.
New band name.
Nice.
It
worked.
Band name,
it worked.
Diarrhea.
You got your point across. It sounded, it was verbose, but I enjoyed it. It was great. Anyway, I think I just had another stroke.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Seizure.
Yeah, you're right.
I want to know if Double is tripling down on WCF.
I was so close. I was so close. Like, I there's a check mark next to Washington, and I scratched it out and put it with Seattle.
I'm taking the Seahawks. So that's kind of a bitch move on your part.
I can't in good faith pick.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I'm gonna call it out.
You're on the same side as me, but that's a bitch move.
No, because you're supposed to be ride or die. This is your adopted franchise.
What are you talking about? What is the nonsense spilling out? Now that's verbal diarrhea.
I doubled down picking them. I can't give a fuck less about their franchise.
I thought you were gonna make it a three-peat, bro.
Washington fans could give a fuck less about their franchise.
No. You gotta understand, man. To Washington fans, the refs are paid off. You know, like, it's corruption in the league. It's everyone's fault but their own.
So I'm not going to double down on Washington, and I really couldn't get over the fact that Alex Smith might not be starting. And I know from our experience before, we can't do caveat games. I can't say I want Washington if Alex Smith is starting.
Last time I called you out on that shit, I got you a win out of it, so you're welcome.
I'm just saying. We already established that's not allowed. I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks because Washington scares me. I don't think they know who's starting yet. Alex Smith didn't practice. I can't, in good faith, take Dwayne Haskins. Washington has won 4 straight, but they have struggled when they face mobile quarterbacks. When they played Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray, they allowed 8.5 yards per carry between the 2 and 3 touchdowns, and they lost both of those games by 14. So I will take Russell Wilson and the Seahawks.
Also taking the Seahawks this week, and actually I kind of did it for a similar reason with not knowing the exact stats. I just felt like Russell Wilson could get away from this pass rush if he really wanted to, and therefore this team is not as good as it is otherwise. Like and so the stat you rattle off makes sense because I had the same kind of logic. Like, that pass rush is great, but if it's a mobile quarterback, they can get away from a pass rush.
They did. Chase Young's so good, though.
Yeah, I did talk a little bit of shit about him earlier in the year. It's probably because he's just a Washington Football Club member. But, yeah, he does look like he passes the eye test for sure. He's really pretty fucking solid.
All right, well, now it comes to what's always my favorite part of the show when we talk about the New England Patriots, because it's wonderful to hear the defeat in Double's voice. So, How about
No
that
defeat
game,
here,
Dubs?
Birdie. 6% chance of making the playoffs. We're gonna go with the New England Patriots over
Sound
the
like
Miami
fucking
Dolphins.
Shorzy.
Really? What
3
a homer.
interceptions against Miami in week 1. They held Jared Goff last week, despite getting absolutely ran through on the ground. They held Jared Goff to 137 yards, and they did pick him off once. They gave up 100.
Wait a second.
What's up?
Wait a second.
What's up?
Are you seriously saying that them getting trounced on last week was good?
No, I'm saying the pass defense was good.
I mean, they didn't even have to pass.
But when they did, it wasn't great for the Rams.
Okay.
So we're gonna focus. We're gonna fucking take out Myles Gaskin. He had a good game 2 weeks ago, missed last week. He's gonna come back in this week and get absolutely fucking stood up. Damian Harris is averaging 5 yards per carry. We only gave him 14 touches last week. That needs to change. The Patriots are top 10 in rushing. Dolphins are more of a pass-heavy defense, which we saw last week. They picked off Mahomes 3 times. So I'm going to take the Patriots as long as we run the ball and stop Myles Gaskin.
Okay, so you could say a lot of things about Philadelphia fans. At least we're not fucking delusional. Okay, like
What?
Delusional. You fucking New England fans are delusional. I think I'm going the opposite way. I'm picking the Dolphins here. First of all,
Putting a
we
big
all know.
check next to this game.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll talk 5 minutes of shit if the fucking Pats win, but they won't. The Pats are under 500 win percentage down there in Miami, and that's where the game is at. However, you do have the side where rookie QBs are 7-21 against Belichick. I don't think that's going to affect this week, though. I think the Miami air is going to affect the Pats as it usually does. And I think Brian Flores will find a way to stall the run game. Being a disciple, I think he'll take out the run game if that's what they do the best, and that is what they do the best. Although not necessarily because of running backs, because their quarterback can't throw. So we'll see what happens, but I think the Patriots are going to win.
I would sniff into the mic, but my sinuses are clogged. So do you smell that, Meech? That's a season sweep.
Okay. You guys have had trouble in Miami, though.
We have, but this is a different team. We run the ball now.
Different team. This is a bad team.
We run the ball.
This is a horrible team.
Top 10 in rushing. Top 10 against the pass.
I love this shit.
Oh my God.
It's so fucking funny.
It's literally delusion. It's literally
It
reached
is.
the point of delusional at this
We're
point.
playing a rookie
delusional.
quarterback. I'm going to take Belichick against a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, you
10
do
times out
that.
of 10.
I think it's going to be 8-21 after this game.
I think Tua is going to throw 3 picks.
No, yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, dude.
I don't know how delusional, like what kind of stuff is in the medicine up there, but Jesus Christ, I don't. That's just pure delusion to me. I mean, they could win, but I don't think.
Yeah,
Don't think they can.
I don't think they will either. So let's move it on to
I swear to God, fuck me.
You got poop in your top hat.
I said Cam Newton, not Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Cam wears top hats all
was
the
that
time.
another poop joke? Yeah,
It
Cam
was
does
another
wear
poop
top
joke.
hats all the time, but it was a good poop joke.
Beach
Nice
went with a
job.
top hat joke. I went with a poop.
Well, speaking of poop, how about the Jaguars in the or is it Jaguar? I think we went over this. I don't know.
Back to the Ravens.
Yeah, and the fucking Ravens. Back to the fucking Ravens. Who we taking, Meech?
I mean, I don't think this is even a question.
Yeah, but I have to
Ravens here.
ask.
I'm gonna assume Double's taking the Ravens as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Jags have one of the worst rush defenses in the league. That's kind of what the Ravens do, despite Double's Patriots claim over here. The Ravens run the ball. We'll see if Lamar has cramps again, has to come in for a heroic re-entrance in the fourth.
Jacksonville allowed 215 yards on 26 carries to Derrick Henry last week. Against the Browns, the Ravens had 7.2 yards per carry, 231 yards as a team, and 5 touchdowns. So I expect them to do the exact same thing they did to Cleveland, to Jacksonville.
Okay.
Except without as good of an offense fighting back.
Right. Okay. Well, how about Tampa Bay and Atlanta? That's just the way
I
I'm
didn't
going
look
to
up the
introduce
weather
them
for
now.
that game, but that's usually a game I would look up the weather for.
What?
Tampa Bay, Atlanta.
Tampa Bay, Atlanta?
No, the Ravens Jaguars.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, because it's so different weather patterns. But what about Tampa Bay and the Falcons? The other bird team.
The Dirty Birds.
The Dirty
the
Birds,
team.
The Azabads.
All right, but really, who you picking, Meech?
Oh, I'm going with the Bucks here. I'm sorry. I mean, you don't have to yell at me, bro.
I didn't. Yeah, you're right. I was a little aggressive.
man.
I'll dial it back. I'll dial it back.
Yeah, I'll take the Bucks. Falcons just haven't looked good. They're just not a good team, and it seemed like Matt Ryan was a fucking turnover machine last week.
He packed it in last week.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ, lost me money once again. Lost me money. We're mad at him. But yeah, he just didn't look good. He was throwing interceptions all over the place last week. The Buccaneers actually have a decent defense, and then last week, the Buccaneers coming off that bye week really did look more in sync on the offensive side. I mean, it wasn't a blowout against the Vikings, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, no, they definitely looked better. 100% looked better. But
they looked sharper.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the word.
They looked more well oiled.
Yeah, like just awake up, like ready to go.
Yeah, agreed. Atlanta is 27th against the pass and 20th against the rush, defensive wise. Matt Ryan, like you said, 3 turnovers last week. I don't expect that to get it done against the Tampa Bay team. Like we said, is clicking. 14 interceptions is 6th in the NFL. Tampa Bay, 14 interceptions. 3 from Ryan last week. He's going to have to avoid one of the best secondaries in the league. He won't have Todd Gurley. I mean, he will have Todd Gurley, but the number 1 run defense is probably going to neutralize him. So I will take the Buccaneers.
The poop shoot continues. The poop show continues because the next game is San Francisco and Dallas.
Yeah, this one.
So, yeah.
I got this one. I'm going to take the 49ers.
God damn it.
What's that, Beach?
Yeah, man. You
also taking the 49ers.
Welcome to my team.
First of all, they're my team. I was going to double down on them this week. They are my adopted team. I've taken them under my wing, and I'm picking them to win.
Wait, hold on. Are they really like your second team?
No, I've picked them twice. This would be the second week in a row I've picked them, and therefore I would make them my adopted.
I was about to be like, oh no, I lost so much respect for you.
Anyway. I feel like 3 picks in a row from a not great team. You should make them your second team.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Like if you pick
I can't really like the 49ers anyway, just because of the whole Dodgers-Giants thing.
Right.
That's
right.
That's fair.
Totally respect that. Double, why are you taking the Niners?
Because Dallas is dead last against the run, and 49ers as a team average over 4.5 yards per carry on the ground. Raheem Mostert has 5 yards per carry on the season, although he has not gone over 20 attempts in a game this year. I would expect that to change against Dallas. San Francisco did have 3 turnovers last week. They did lose 2 fumbles, and Dallas had 3 fumble recoveries. So as long as San Francisco is able to protect the ball, they should be able to just run it down Dallas's throat, and this one shouldn't be an issue for San Francisco.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I think people are just going to get clouded judgment by the game last week that the Cowboys played, but they really did play the worst team in the league last week.
And everyone was like, "Oh, Dalton played great. He only had 185 yards. He wasn't."
Yeah. Well, and actually, they're averaging half as many points with Dalton than they were with Dak. So I mean, it's definitely a drop off for anyone that's like, "Oh, he's not much of a drop." He's a drop off.
He's a drop off.
I thought Dak was overrated going into this year, and I didn't know if he was worth the money. Seeing the difference he's made on this team
worth it.
Honestly, and I think he's only helped his stock.
Yeah,
honestly.
like people were worried when he got hurt that he was like his stock was done. He wasn't going to get the big contract anymore. If anything, it shows why he needs it, because they're absolutely in shambles without him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dumpster fire without him. And you start to think, I mean, yeah, as far as did he betting on himself and getting injured and, oh, that's bad news for him. Like I said, I've kind of looked the last couple of years. I've been like, maybe Dak's better than I thought he was. I didn't know he was dealing with this kind of a dumpster
I'm
fire.
in the same boat with you, dude. I also thought he was really overrated, but Dallas looks like a fucking shit show.
Yeah,
absolutely. the eternal poop shoot. All right,
Emperor Palpatine's poop shoot down there in Dallas.
What the fuck is that? Anyway, so
amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Way to go, my guy. So you were asking earlier what my bold pick's going to be, and my bold pick is that Philadelphia is going to beat the Cardinals. That's my bold pick.
Nice, my boy. I was a total homer this week. I am riding high off the win last week, and I am picking my Eagles this week as well, sir.
I got your back, boy.
It could be a bad idea. I think we're 0-5 in bird matchups. Not great for us, but I think the Eagles will be victorious versus the Cardinals. Okay, I mean, we could tear that damn bird apart.
Bird matchups.
Dude, it's a thing, dude. People get all into it. You've never seen those headlines?
No, man. That's what I was like. Hold on, we gotta roll this back. Like, hold up, because like
maybe it's because Eagles fans hear about it every time we play. Like, so last year when we played the Falcons, you heard,
Birdie, it just
the bird matchup.
Law to me.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess I wouldn't know because I don't think I like any team that has a bird as a mascot. Let me go down it. So Rangers, no. Mets, no. Rams, no. I don't have a basketball team.
Maybe you should, because your teams fucking suck.
Fuck off, dude. God damn.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, at least my Eagles won. Actually, it was 20. I said 2017 a couple weeks ago. I meant 2017-2018 season. So they won a Super Bowl in 2018. Just throwing that out there. I know I'm gonna catch some shit for that. And then my Dodgers won last year, so my Lakers, my adopted Lakers that I've suddenly become into.
If you want me to name off all the championships my team have, we're gonna be here for double the length of the fuck episode.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I can't wait till you guys just go through a drought like no other, because it's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna be
have a
wonderful.
6% chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you might turn that into something good. We're rebuilding. It's good.
Celtics have been rebuilding. We're looking pretty goddamn good.
Really? Because every year you were supposed to be one of the top teams in the East, and every year
we go to the fucking conference finals. So shut the fuck
up.
In
the East.
What do you want us to do?
I want you to know that your team's not that good.
Superstar is.
They were talked about a finals team over and over again, and they just have not fucking delivered at
23 is the age that they turn into fucking top 10 talent.
You better hope, because you just paid that man a lot of money.
We're going to the finals.
Anyway,
we shall see.
My bird matchup. Yeah. Back to my bird matchup.
Bird matchups and
I am picking my Eagles. I think they're going to win dubs. I don't think we heard your pick.
I'm unfortunately on the same side as both.
No! Are you? Yeah. Oh my God! It's pissing me off. My games, man.
Unity.
Yeah, so, we are unanimous on the Eags this week.
Jesus.
Let's go.
Every time I think I'm going to have a game where I can edge ahead of you, you pick my team.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
There we go.
Go
there
Birds.
We go.
Go Birds. United we stand. Let's go.
Birds, 18.
We have to clarify the Birds in this matchup.
What is the what's Mac and Charlie's tag team called?
Pigeon Boys! Pigeon Boys!
Jalen Hurts last week looked great in his debut. I would have liked to see him throw the ball a little more, but he did well. 18 carries, 106 yards, and he threw for a touchdown with 167 yards through the air. Meech's boy, Miles Sanders, 14 carries, 115, and 2 touchdowns. That's good.
Those numbers are bullshit.
8.2 yards per carry, despite an 80-yard touchdown. We don't need to talk about that.
An 82-yard touchdown. 82 yards of that is just a linebacker going the wrong way on a gap.
And you
honestly.
know, I've seen so much shit about Miles Sanders this week on social media.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. People love this man. That wasn't even his fault. He just lucked into an 82-yard touchdown, dude. And I knew that all the Sanders people are going to just be shoving it down. He has like the highest yards per attempt. Like,
I've been waiting to fucking say the Sanders stat line this whole show just to see.
I fucking hate that guy, dude.
It lived up.
Yeah, and the other good thing about Hurts last week that we saw, like as you mentioned, he re-energized the offense, but also no sacks. And actually, when he was pressured, they gained 82 yards whenever they pressured. So not 82 yards on every play, but it was an accumulative 82 yards that they gained when he was pressured. So compared to, not taking sacks or safeties or, whatever Wentz was doing before
that. That's good because Arizona's top 10 in sacks. Hassan Reddick had 5 last week. The team had 8, and Reddick had 3 strip sacks. Pulled a little Cliff Averill out of his back pocket.
Averill, Jesus.
The master of the strip sack.
Your mom's the master of the strip sack. Hey-oh!
Oh, that's a pretty good one.
Sorry, I stopped you dead in your tracks there.
No, I like that one. That was a good one. I did stop you dead in my tracks.
They had 8 sacks last week.
8 sacks last week. Talk about Cliff Averill. That was where we were.
Yeah.
Cliff Averill I saw a stat one time. He had like 30 career sacks at that point, and like 16 were strip sacks.
Crazy.
Ridiculous.
That is crazy.
But yeah, moral of the story here, go Birds. We're on the Eagles this week.
Go Birds, pitching boys. All right,
yeah,
so
I was happy with how Jalen looked last week, and I really feel like we could still win this division, especially with WCF not having a quarterback. As we all know, Haskins isn't that great. We could make a comeback here.
The Washington Club of Football.
Eagles Twitter this week.
Yeah,
some fights with some scumbags.
No, that was actually the reason that I decided to pick them, because they looked, a lot better last week. Anyways,
if Hurts is gonna look like that every week, I'll fucking pick the Eagles.
Right? Well, I could tell you who I was not gonna pick, although I toyed with the idea just to fuck with you.
Jets.
Yeah, I thought I could be like an edgelord bastard here real quick and pick the Jets, but I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
I would hate to see your fucking demand for that pick. Jesus Christ.
I don't have a demand this week. I'm feeling pretty filled up, so I'm good on demands.
Get more than the fucking Lindbergh baby, bro.
Oh, nice, bro. That was funny, and it was like intelligent and cultured. Joke. Yeah, that was beautiful, man. I'm really proud of you right now. For once, your joke was not exhausting.
I usually am uncultured swine, but that was a good one.
Blame it on the ganja.
Hey, and the wine.
The ganja.
I'm knee deep in both.
Wow, he sounded so Canadian there. Did you hear that? I'm knee deep in both.
I'm knee deep in both.
Nice.
The only thing you need to know in this game is that the Jets are 25th in sacks allowed per game. They're dead last in passing offense, and they are second to last in passing defense. On the other end, the Rams are first in sack, or they have the league leader in sacks, Aaron Donald. They're top 5 in sacks as a team. And pass defense, they are number 1 in yards per game and number 2 in opponent QBR.
And you mentioned it, Aaron Donald is just a fucking monster. He gets double, triple teamed most of the time, not half the time, all the time, and he still is leading the league in sacks
as a nose tackle.
Yeah, as a nose tackle, he's just a fucking monster, dude. He's
so
just
good.
A monster, and the rest of that line takes advantage of it. They get after him, man. That's a great line. Brockers always seems to be right in the mix of things as well.
Yeah, he had 2 sacks last week. He's been playing really well for them.
Yeah, I don't think we need to talk about this anymore. The Jets are clearly front runners for the Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, they're tanking hard as fuck. That's like all that's happening. But the next game,
yeah, this one is gonna.
This is the game.
that might overthrow Browns Ravens as game of the year.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
hope
Like
at
this
least.
is the game.
This is the game.
Yeah, like this is the
But
game.
everyone's hyping it up, so it might just be like fucking.
You're
10 to
so
7.
right. That is often the way. This is the way. So it's the Chiefs and the Saints. I mean, if I sit here and analyze it and try to come up with a pick, I can come up with reasons as to why it would go either way. So I'm really curious to hear like who you guys are going to pick and why you think it's going to go that way. If you're differing, I don't know if you are.
Yeah, I did the same thing you did, Bernie. I was like this. I could make a case for both sides,
Right.
but defense wins championships, offense wins games. So
Truthin'.
I'm gonna go with the fucking Chiefs.
Truth.
God damn it.
Meech, we are on the same side. I see.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's not that I think that the Saints are bad after their
No,
loss
not at
last
all.
week to us by any
Not
circumstance.
at
Still one of the top teams in the NFC.
One of the most complete teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
Right, they're
Yeah.
definitely up there on the list of the power teams of the NFC. But I do think the Chiefs are probably going to re-win the championship or the Super Bowl this year. Honestly, and we talked about
Looks
it. They're
that
not
way.
winning some of these, huh?
It looks that way.
Yeah, yeah. We talked about this last week. They're not winning games convincingly, but they're finding ways to win. Not finding ways to win them. They're winning close games that they should win, and this is just another one of those games. I think that I'm gonna pick the Chiefs here as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was saying, you can make a case for either team, but what I was going to say is at the end of the day, I sit there and try to make a case for your team, but it's still like the Chiefs are going to win. Like, that's just how I feel
So-
about it.
Now that I'm looking at the schedule, this is throwing me off. Is that not primetime?
I honestly, I don't know. I didn't look at the times.
Is the Giants and the Browns primetime over that game?
Oh my God. If it is, like, that is seizure. That is Oh my God, I'm still struggling. Uncharacteristically stupid of the NFL. Because they're normally very good about marketing.
Oh, you know what? It is just an afternoon game. I thought that was
What
America's
the
game of the
Yeah,
week. You're right.
Cleveland Giants, 8:20 p.m. Sunday.
What the fuck?
Dude, what?
Why? There's got to be a
I don't-
reason. There has to be a reason for it. Like,
The Kansas City New Orleans game better be fucking national then.
yeah, for sure. Man,
I don't want to watch the Browns fucking Giants. I want to watch the Chiefs. Saints.
yeah, exactly. What the fuck
To
is
watch
that?
some of the Browns, but I mean, this is you want to see this. You would wish this would be on like Monday night or something.
Yeah.
I mean, this should
I
be.
want
a
my
game.
whole fucking day cleared out for this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we said, it's the game. I don't get that's not like the
I'm
NFL.
guessing
They're
they
normally
had-
very good about that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing they have had issues with these networks and switching off stuff because I
With
feel like that's a
COVID
game
and
that would
stuff.
normally be flexed to, but
Right.
they might not have fulfilled their fulfillment to the amount of
see,
games on each
Yeah,
network.
for sure. That's so
That's
So
true.
possible.
CBS
The thing
might not
is-
let them yank that.
Yeah.
I read earlier in the week on Twitter that this was supposed to be Dallas, San Francisco in prime time at the start of the season, and they flexed it for the Browns.
Well, I did see that as well. They did flex out of the Cowboys game.
So if they're gonna flex out of it, why not just flex into the fucking Chiefs? Saints?
Yeah, exactly. What the hell's going on? I want answers to these questions.
The
God
hell's
damn it.
going on here?
Well, hold on.
we
What
need an
network
expert in
is-
bird law.
What the Cowboys see the Cowboys 49ers is also on CBS.
Meech is Googling. This is awesome podcasting. I'll just do some intermission
is
music right now.
digging on into the-
No, I'm just in the NFL app, and it's one's on NBC, one's on CBS. So I'm guessing that they couldn't have yanked it because they had to fulfill the amount of games that went
Right.
to CBS.
Right.
Because then CBS would lose another game.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
That does make sense.
That totally makes sense. Yeah. So anyway, I guess we can move on to the last game, which we alluded to. It's the Giants
Alluded to.
and the Browns. I think it's obvious who we're gonna pick, but once again on the show, I have to do my duty. So who are you gonna pick? Dubs?
You said duty.
Hey, it's a
This
poop show.
show has just been
It's the poop
so
show.
full of shit jokes.
It's the poop show. it's the poop show. Who you picking, Dubs?
The Browns, fitting enough. They gave up 230 rushing yards to the Ravens last week. I expect them to rebound from that. Baker Mayfield has looked really good the last couple games. I expect them to take advantage of a Giants defense that is struggling against the pass, but their run defense has been a top 10 unit this year, which is surprising. Daniel Jones was sacked 8 times last week. Cleveland's pass rush has been pretty good this season. Middle of the pack, a little above that. Giants have also lost 10 fumbles this year. I believe 7 of those are from Daniel Jones.
So I'm also picking the Browns here, but I was gonna ask you if you saw anything on who's starting, because I couldn't find anything for this week, so I don't know if he said anything. But
I don't think that he would have announced yet, but I believe it's gonna be Colt McCoy.
Pew 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 pew.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a little Colt McCoy pew pew action.
I mean, I thought that he was just better at keeping control of the football. Honestly, I thought
that's
Joe Judge
also
had
true.
something about saying ball security and have to evaluate the situation. I thought last week, but I couldn't find anything on it this week.
Well, I know Jones got pulled after getting sacked a shitload, and he was favoring the hamstring. There was plenty of sad boy shots last week. It was nice to see back on the field the signature Daniel Jones sad boy shot.
Yeah, it's like home. It's like comfort food.
It's like you just
it's like nice a 90s Coca-Cola commercial. Remember that meme back in the day?
And then you heard like the fizzing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Na, 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 na. Doesn't a Coke sound good? Or fucking Pepsi with Cindy Crawford just be like,
I have a theory.
Damn!
I have a theory about Coke and Pepsi that Coke is better if it's normal ice, but Pepsi is better if it's the little ice pellets. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
Yeah, like the circular.
Yeah,
like,
the little ice pellets. Yeah, Pepsi's better with that than Coke. What's up? That's my theory. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
they're like these little like
cones.
Like no, they're
cones.
Yeah, they're like these little like they literally look like pebbles almost, but they're ice. You've definitely had it before, bro. Like I guarantee you've had the pellets before.
There's always one weird restaurant that has that kind of ice.
Absolutely, and Pepsi is way better with the little pellets. Anyway, sorry.
I don't have, like, I'm going to jump in here.
Yeah.
I'm one of the weird people. I prefer Pepsi out of cans and bottles, and that, well, unless it's like a glass bottle, then Coke wins.
Yeah, absolutely.
But out of the machine, I like Coke because it's a little bit sweeter out of like a fountain machine. So like if you go to In-N-Out or
Oh, okay. I just Googled it. All right, I've had that before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the circular. Yeah,
I didn't. Honestly, I was like, it's just fucking ice, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
But basically, anytime I order one or the other, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with either choice.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just saying, like, if you got the pellets, give me some Pepsi. All right, we got one more game to talk about, and then we can get the fuck out of here. It's the Chargers and the Raiders. So double.
I picked the Chargers
if I were you.
I picked the Chargers, and Meech, no matter what he's gonna try to say, picked the Chargers. I have fucking screenshots. You picked the goddamn Raiders before the game started. Bernie saw it too.
Oh, I saw it. You did. That's right. In the group chat. Yeah, you did.
I like how this is the one game
you did.
I didn't
nope.
know
Come
how
on.
to pick.
You did.
I didn't know how to pick. So you text me, who are you picking? And we almost never do that. We fucking never do that, which is why
there's always like one game a week.
But there's always one game a week. We can't figure the fuck out what we're doing. And I had the exact same thing. And then I was like, I think the Raiders are going to be better than they have been. They weren't. I mean, they were better than they have been, but they still didn't win.
I stuck with what we were talking about, how the Raiders are peaking. They peaked. They're on a downward spiral. And I also need them to lose for that 6% to come true. So I just really wanted to manifest a Chargers win. And that's what happened. Justin Herbert, 22 of 32, 314 and 2 touchdowns. Austin Eckler added 13 carries and 60 yards. And picked up a 30-27 victory in overtime over the Raiders. Chargers advanced to 5-9. Raiders fall to 7-7. And Derek Carr got hurt. We got to see Marcus Mariota in silver and black.
What a last name.
I love that name.
Mariota.
Yeah, that's a strong fucking name, bro.
Strong name, strong performance. 9 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. 17 for 28, 226, a touchdown, and a pick. So when his name got called for the first time this season, he stepped up. Also believe he earned himself just under $1 million in incentive bonuses for that game.
Whew.
Think
Damn,
about
that's
that
some
at
bread,
halftime. How
bro.
he has an incentive-laden contract, and he was gonna make $325 if he finished the game, and I didn't hear any more after that. But apparently, he has more in there. So
I think it was
crazy.
It was like 200 just for throwing a pass.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Wow, that's some bread, dude.
Well, that's
like
because his
10
contract is
Aston Martins,
nothing.
dude. That's like 10 Aston Martins, bro. I measure
Yeah, but
wealth in
that's because
Aston
his
Martins.
contract's nothing.
I'm just saying, that's bread, bro.
How many Aston Martins do you get a year?
Well, why do you break down math into Aston Martins?
I break down wealth into Aston Martins. It's just how I do it. I could afford one OG DB9 right now on my yearly salary.
We have AMRs and AMLs for Aston Martins received and Aston Martins lost.
On the spreadsheet that Bernie keeps, 2 columns.
I'm not gonna ask you how much you make, Meech, but I make like $35,000 and I could afford one used Aston Martin DB9 right now.
Then I'm getting a fucking Aston Martin.
Yeah, you shouldn't, because you'll get it and it'll just break down. It'll just break down. That's all it'll do.
Yeah, but
looking
that car
more
looks
like a
dope.
2 Aston
Right?
Martin
It is
kind
the
of guy.
dopest car in the universe. Like, it is
That car
so
looks
fucking
dope,
fresh.
Like an Entourage.
So
Yeah.
perfect.
There's one in Entourage?
Yeah, so
Chase?
they get him a bunch of different cars, but yeah, it ends up being like being the second car. So he gets him a Maserati. Vince, sorry, I'm digging like you guys have
It's all
actually
good.
watched Entourage.
I mean, I
So
have.
Vince
I just don't
buys
remember.
his manager a Maserati at first, but the second car is the Aston Martin. And in the podcast about Entourage, Kevin Connolly said the Aston Martin is better to drive. He said it was just
that's
better
what they're
to drive.
made for. Yeah, that's what they're made for.
Yeah.
They're made for
So
like comfortable long drives.
And it looks fresh as hell.
Oh, that car is so sexy. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I literally like my dick like tingles when I see one.
And with that,
Yeah, and
How did we get here?
I was just thinking the same thing. Because how did we get
I don't
to
even.
cars?
I was like trying to get back on track, and I was like, I don't even know how we got here from the
we
track.
got there from like Bernie measuring wealth at Aston Martins, and I don't know how we got to that conversation.
Runaway train, runaway.
I was trying to retrace my steps, and I got caught up in 7 different fucking boot prints. I have no idea where we are.
all right. Is there anything else that you want to talk about with the Chargers?
Big win for your boys, Bernie.
They're not
Yeah,
my
Herbert.
boys. We almost made it to a
Herbert.
whole episode. We almost made it to a whole fucking episode. God damn it.
So after that seizure,
Death,
Air Bear looked
taxes.
great.
Bernie Chargers fan.
I hate you so much.
There are a few solids in this world.
Hey,
one
Double,
Of which
remember when we
does
started the
he
show
Chargers fan.
and you were like, oh, why am I not your favorite host? Boom. Case in point.
You know what? I'd rather do the Chargers joke, so that's fair.
I like that I get credit for being the favorite host and also jump in on the Chargers tagline.
Yeah,
So
but
that's great.
But you're harmless, Meech. So it's whatever. Double's got some edge to him. Double's got some
like
edge to
that.
him. Double can hurt my feelings a little bit.
I have the intent.
Yeah. I'm not scared of Double, but I got to keep my eye on him.
That's
I'm like, not threatened.
Wild card, bitches.
Yeah, Double's a wild
I've
card.
never
That's
been more
exactly what he is.
emasculated in my life than with this guy.
I'm so sorry. I didn't intend for it to be that
Yeah.
way. I really
Yeah, thank
did.
you for that.
I love you both dearly. Dearly.
Well, Now that you've chopped off Meech's balls, I think it's time to chop off the end of the show.
Yeah, I think it is too. So that's going to do it for us on this episode. Thanks for listening. Follow us on all the social media. That's Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. It's all Stone Sports Podcast. Any last words, boys?
No,
I think we gotta get one more EAGLEF Eagles as a team.
Yeah, fly Eagles fly, bro. We're gonna win this week. Go Jalen Hurts.
All right. Woo! Go Birds. Peace out.